tell you the story of how a photo of me clutching onto my one-of-a-kind inflatable calculator showed up in the Wall Street Journal, even though I'm just a guy who sits in my room and eats snacks. In 2021, after hundreds of hours of intense labor, I released The Calculator from Your Childhood, an hour and 15-minute documentary about the TI-108, a 4-function calculator. For me, this was just a nostalgic deep dive. However, it actually got me quite into collecting vintage and strange calculators. I procured a sealed TI-108, a sealed Spanish-language TI-108, and even an ultra-rare sealed TI-1106. I also got an in-box Spirit of 76 calculator, a commemorative calculator released by Texas Instruments in 1976. In summer of 2024, I was spending a lazy afternoon shopping for vintage calculators on eBay and found something I couldn't believe: a listing for an inflatable version of that commemorative edition calculator from 1976. I paid a rich sum for it. It got delivered to my prior address in a completely different state, so I drove hours to pick it up. I asked Jorg Warner, the owner of the Datamath Calculator Museum, if he knew anything about this oddity. He didn't know anything about it, and then that winter, Texas Instruments called me a nerd on Twitter. So with the turn of the new year, I officially began my villain arc to get answers about this inflatable calculator once and for all. I also reached out to the sellers of the inflatable, who informed me the previous owner had been an Illinois senator. Unfortunately, they couldn't tell me anything more, and after enough nagging, Texas Instruments slid into my DMs to tell me they had no clue either. Since then, I've made this mysterious inflatable my whole personality. But about a month ago, I discovered the 6'7" meme, and so decided to make a video about the number 67. Ellen Gamerman, a reporter from the Wall Street Journal, saw this video and reached out to me for a brief interview while she was preparing a story on the meme. We had a nice chat, but she didn't include any of the fun math facts I gave her. But there was one goal I snuck past her and got into the article, which was a photograph of me clutching onto my precious Spirit of 76 inflatable, and thus got just one more instance of 6 and 7 into that Wall Street Journal article.